Do you know that even high ELO players fall for this trick? Imagine how easy it will be to pull off this trick on your friends. The trick I'm going to show you in this game is from the 4 knights opening, starting with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, knight f6. Here, we have the 4 knights opening. Both sides control the center, but white takes the lead in seizing it first with the move d4. Black captures the pawn on d4, and white recaptures with the knight. Now, black moves their bishop to b4, setting up a threat to the e4 pawn since the white knight is pinned. So, white captures the knight on c6, and now it is not possible to take the e4 pawn, so black takes the knight with the b pawn. White moves the bishop to d3, defending the e4 pawn. Black decides to continue putting pressure on the center and plays d5, threatening d4 as well. White captures the pawn on d5, and black does the same. Once again, you must be careful with the threats of the black pawn on d4. That's why white decides to castle, and black does the same. Now, white moves their bishop to g5, putting pressure on the d5 pawn. It seems that this pawn is well enough defended with 2 pieces, right? Well, not really. If black doesn't defend their pawn and makes a move like a6, white can now capture the knight on f6. If black takes the knight on f6 with the queen, the d5 pawn would be left undefended, and we can simply capture it with our knight. And if black decides to take with the bishop with the g pawn to continue defending the pawn with the queen, white can still capture it in the same way, as if the queen takes the knight. White has this winning move since the queen is hanging. So black must defend their d5 pawn, and they do it with the move c6. White plays queen f3 and continues putting more pressure on the f6 knight. Black plays bishop e7 to defend it. Now, white plays rook e1, and with this seemingly innocent move is where the trick comes in. It looks like we're not threatening anything, right? Well, black thought the same and played h6, a normal move with the idea of kicking the bishop from g5. Here, black expected a move like bishop f4 or bishop h4, but white had another idea. Can you find the move white pieces made in this position? Pause the video and comment your answer. The great move is bishop h6, sacrificing the bishop. Black takes the bishop, and white plays queen e3. With this move, they threaten to take the e7 bishop, recovering the piece, and also take the h6 pawn. Black plays rook e8 to defend their bishop and leave the f8 square open for the bishop to defend the h6 pawn. White takes the h6 pawn. White would like to enter the h7 square, but it's not possible because the knight defends it, and it doesn't seem like there's a good way to remove that knight. In this position, black would like to move their bishop to f8 and position it on g7 to feel safer, but that's not possible since white would take the e8 rook, and if black takes the e8 rook with the queen, white would simply take the f6 knight, recovering their piece and getting a winning position. And if they capture the rook with the knight, white would simply checkmate. So what does black plays rook b8 because they don't see the danger in their position. Can you find the white move in this position? Rook e5, and here's where the danger is, threatening rook g5 checkmate. Black realizes it and tries to kick the queen and go with the bishop to g7 to avoid this, but it's too late. Rook g5. The only move is bishop g7, and the queen finishes the game. That's it for this video. Try this trick against your friends and subscribe for more.